Well, good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with me, Pastor Michelle. Today's Sunday, February 14th, and sorry, I just got choked up. Happy Valentine's Day. Cheers. Okay. Our Disney story tonight comes from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it's called Happy Valentine's Day. So how appropriate. "What you doing, Doc?" Happy asked. Doc was hard at work carving a heart out of a piece of wood. "I'm making a present for Snow White." "A present for Snow White? Oh dear, did I miss her birthday?" "No, silly, it's Valentine's Day." "Valentine's Day?" Happy turned to Dopey. "Have you ever heard of Valentine's Day?" Dopey shook his head. Doc cleared his throat. "Valentine's Day is a very special day that gives people the opportunity to let loved ones know how important they are. I'm giving Snow White these handkerchiefs," Sneezy said as he sneezed into one of them. "Well, maybe not this one." "That's very thoughtful," Doc answered. "I'm sure she'll be able to use them." "If he has any left," Grumpy said. Then Bashful shyly held out a pink and purple paper flower he had made. "Wonderful. And you?" Doc asked Dopey. Dopey held up a paper airplane he just made for Snow White. "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to juggle for Snow White for Valentine's Day," Happy said, gathering several apples. "She'll love that," Doc said. Sleepy yawned as he held up a pretty card he made. "And you?" Doc asked Grumpy. "Well, all right. I wrote Snow White a poem," Grumpy said. Just then there was a knock on the door to the cottage. Snow White had arrived. "Happy Valentine's Day," the seven dwarfs sang, each holding up his gift for Snow White to see. "What a wonderful surprise," Snow White exclaimed, giving the dwarfs the valentine she had brought for them and placing a kiss on each one of their cheeks. The dwarfs looked at their valentines. They thought they were the most beautiful valentines they'd ever seen, and for once, even Grumpy was pleased. Oh, Valentine's Day. I remember one Valentine's Day, I was in sixth grade and I was part of this. I'm not even a good singer, so I don't know why I was in a singing group, but it was called Lion's Pride, I think, or something like that. Because I went to Lincoln Elementary and our mascot was a lion. And I remember we got to go around our community and we went to people's houses and we did singing grams for Valentine's Day. And I remember going to see my grandma and I remember singing, "Let Me Call You Sweetheart, I'm in love with you." Weird song to sing to your grandma, looking back. But I just remember we were in these special costumes and man, looking back, I had no idea why I was in that group. I'm not a skilled singer at all. Anyway, I don't know where that thought came from. Let's turn our attention to a daring woman, Margaret Bork White, a fearless photographer. So Margaret didn't like to stay in one place for long. She attended 6 different colleges before graduating from Cornell in 1927. She became interested in photography and took pictures of the campus buildings and sold them for extra money. After graduating, she developed a reputation for having a keen eye for architectural and industrial photography. She would go anywhere to get the perfect shot. She once perched on a stone gargoyle outside her studio, 61 stories high, to get a bird's eye view of New York City. She combined her love of photography with her passion for traveling. Wearing snowshoes, she braved freezing temperatures to capture the rugged beauty of logging camps. She also hiked down into South African mines and sat in the open door of a helicopter, anything to capture just the right shot. In 1930, in a field dominated by men, she became a photographer for Fortune magazine. She was sent on an assignment and became the first Western photographer allowed in Russia. She captured images of not only the factories, but the workers as well. She realized she wanted to share their stories with the world, so her focus shifted to people rather than buildings. She captured many emotions with her lens, from joy to despair. In 1934, Fortune sent her to document the Dust Bowl, a huge swath of drought-stricken land stretching across the southwestern states. Margaret took photos of the devastated farmlands from an airplane, but also captured the pain and emotion on the faces of those affected. In 1941, during World War II, she was sent to Moscow. She risked her life to photograph 22 German bombing attacks from atop the U.S. Embassy. She became an Air Force photographer, and despite the danger, she was placed on a troop ship headed to North Africa. The ship was torpedoed by a German submarine. She managed to board a lifeboat and was rescued the next day. Undaunted by her brush with death, she convinced the Air Force to let her fly with the crew of a B-17 bomber. She spent 2 weeks with them, and her photos appeared in Life magazine. She also traveled with General Patton's troops and took haunting photos of the Nazi concentration camps. Her images brought the horrors of war to the public in ways they'd never seen before. Throughout her career, she fearlessly risked her life to accurately photograph and document events around the world. With her eye, she captures some of humankind's greatest moments and achievements, and also some of the most dire and tragic situations. But one thing always shines through her work: the incredible power of the human spirit. So good for her. Because the world and life is full of amazing and beautiful things, but also very ugly things. And you have to have both. You know, it's a combination. You have to live with the good and the bad. You take the good, you take the bad. Okay, that's the Facts of Life theme song, and I'm trying to remember the words to it. The facts of life, the facts of life. Da, da. Okay, sorry. Sometimes in my head, I get stuck on a thought, and it just won't go away. Anyway, God bless you all. And yeah.